Surprise, surprise. Um, as I've been saying in my other videos, I've been editing and oh, someone's doing some carols outside. Yeah, I've been editing this. Been working on this video on impeachment, and it's good, and I'll still do it eventually. And it starts with the official whistleblowers report, going through that, and then I show a clip of Schiff kind of exaggerating what was in it, so to speak, and then it goes all the way through. But no, surprise, surprise. Now it's being extended, and just it was obviously going to happen. I'm not even going to go into it, but of course that's what's happening, because it's all political. It's all just for political purposes. Oh, it's gone on the swerve a bit. Anyway, so we'll see how it plays out, and then I'll add on that onto that and do one full thing once there's a final conclusion over impeachment. So the other thing I wanted to bring up and basically ask, this is a question for you guys, as in you, the American people. I'd love to know how many Americans agree with uh, open borders. Like, I understand that because it's a nuanced issue, right? It always has been, right up until Trump got into office. Obama's administration deported loads. Every every administration, both parties have had immigration policy. I know Clinton's administration, one were talking about putting up miles and miles of fence or wall. Anyway, that's all been said in the news, hasn't it? But what hasn't been asked, I don't think, no one's been polled, no one's been. I'd love to know how many Americans agree with a completely open border, right? So that's the first thing. Secondly, the sanctuary cities thing. How many people in sanctuary cities who pay their taxes, etc., how many of them, if they didn't have a camera in their face, or how many of them would be like enthusiastically in favor of sanctuary cities? Obviously, it works better in some. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't me doing some anti-immigrant thing. I mean, in my country, we have all sorts of people from all walks of life, and it works pretty well. I mean, we've just done the Brexit thing, but I obviously believe, like I think most people do, that there should be some form of immigration, and especially if it's illegal immigration, just purely from the sake of, well, if your first act into the country is the first thing you do is breaking the law, that's got to stand for something, because otherwise, you've got to have respect for a country's laws. I don't know. These are questions I'm throwing out there. So I'd love to know, get like a subset. I might do like a straw poll or something. I will do, in fact. I'll leave it in the questionnaire in the description, just to see how many people are in favor of completely open borders, open immigration. And the reason I bring this up is because of the relatively new legislation that's been passed in New York State, I think it is, where illegals are allowed to apply for driver's licenses. Now, I know this is already the case in several other states. But that kind of, when I heard that, that kind of got my goat a bit. Not that I think that people shouldn't be allowed to have driver's licenses, but there's the cynical view that, of course, they're just doing that so that even with voter ID laws now, immigrant illegals can vote. That's a cynical view, and there's probably some merit behind that. But for me, I am passionate about cars, motorsport, driving. I love it. And I consider my driver's license as the one thing. It's a freedom. It's a responsibility. I mean, at the end of the day, a car is a lethal weapon. It's more dangerous than owning a gun in a lot of ways. I mean, you can do a lot of damage in a car, and I see it as one of the ultimate responsibilities. And civil liberties, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. And I've had trouble with points and losing my license a couple of times and having to renew it, and so I really value my driver's license as a citizen, and have had to work hard to maintain it, and in some cases retain it. And every time I drive my beloved cars anywhere, I always think how lucky I am that I have this freedom that a lot of people take for granted. So there's that as well. It's the fact that, first of all, people have been able to enter illegally and break a law to come in. Then they've been allowed sanctuary in a sanctuary city, which is against federal law, I believe. And now they're allowed to have a driver's license, which is kind of the ultimate freedom in so many ways. So I'm not speaking out of resent or hatred or anything like that. Far from it. I'm just putting it out there as a question, because it did make me think, if I was going through a period where I was having to get my license back for whatever reason, I'd resent that slightly. Nothing to do with the people or the thing, and so it was a short video. I'm going to do some more shorts like this, but yeah, short video just to say those two things, really. How many Americans believe in open borders, or do a majority of Americans believe in some form of border control? And I'm talking about illegal here. I'm not talking about legal immigration, because I work in the States, and but it's insanely difficult for me to get a work visa, because I'm self-employed. So it's incredibly difficult for me to stay more than 3 months, I think it is, out there at a time. And that I've had one time where I've been in the middle of a contract, and that's right, I've had to fly back and then fly back out again, just through the I forgot the name of the visa. It doesn't matter. The visa waiver program thing. So, but yeah, if I wanted to, which I do eventually want to move out and live and work in the States, I'd love to, but it's going to be really difficult and really expensive on immigration lawyers and stuff. So just from that perspective, I do find it, just looking in, I find it like, oh God, so these people just illegally enter, and then they start gradually getting all the sort of freedoms and rights that American citizens get, and people who do it by the book often don't get. So again, not some spiteful attack or anything like that. I'm just putting it out there. It's a question. So I might do a little poll as well. But yeah, how many? This is to my American friends. How many of you believe in completely open borders? Um, and yeah, what else do you think on anything else I've raised here? So please thumbs it up, yeah, like the video, please subscribe, please. I'm really trying to get this channel going. I'm going to do lots of shorts like this, and it's going to get better, like I've said in every video, so I won't go on. But please do the likes, please like it, please share it. I really want to just try and get this established, and see if it's going to be worthwhile doing. Otherwise otherwise I might end up fizzling out and giving up on it. So please, if you like anything I've done so far, or if you like this topic, please like, comment, subscribe would be great. Anything to show that this I should keep going with this little endeavor of mine, that would be really appreciated. So yeah, have a look in the description. One more time, please give it the thumbs up, subscribe, and share, comment, all the rest of it. And that's it. Cool. Peace out.